Hey there, how are you today? My name is Dana Damara, and you have landed on Astrocast. This is your new moon report for the new moon in Scorpio, happening on November 1st at 5:47 a.m. Okay, take a breath. Those of you who live in America, just take a breath. That's all I'm going to say. There's so many astrological transits that are intricately woven and showing up in this political arena. And I'm having a hard time not going through all of them because I fear that I will actually have this massive bias that I really don't want to have. But let me just tell you that the astrology fully dictates, the astrology fully aligns with what's going on in our country right now. Okay? When we have a new moon, which by the way, this new moon is happening just a few days before our big election. When we have a new moon, because the sun and the moon are right next to one another. They're what we call conjunct one another. And it's a time for renewal. It's a time to like shut up, go inward, and ask ourselves, like, what do I want in this lunar cycle, which is about 28 days? What do I want in this lunar cycle? Now, the new moon, depending upon where the sun and the moon land, is going to dictate where the moon lands. Where it lands is going to dictate its undercurrent, which is Scorpio. Okay, so we have a Scorpio new moon, which is about the underbelly, which is about understanding things in deep time, which is about, just psychic abilities and intuitive knowledge and like knowledge that we can pull from like way deep inside. So that's the new moon. Now we have all these other aspects happening that are going to influence the moon and the sun. And that's what I want to talk about today. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm really glad that I am recording this before the day because I have less of a bias. Okay, so first things first. So we've got the sun and the moon here, 9 degrees. Okay, now here's what I want to say about this. The sun and the moon at 9 degrees. 9 is the last number in the single digits. 9, according to many philosophies, is a highly spiritual number. It's a number of change. It's a number of endings. So I want you to just be aware of that. That's all I want to say to that point. Okay. The moon is going to trine Saturn, and which means the sun is trining Saturn. So here it is. Here we go. So with the sun and the moon both trining Saturn, this is about persistence. This is about responsibility. This is about patience. This is about determination. That's what Saturn wants. So anything that you think about or start to create for yourself in this arena of the new moon in Scorpio, let it be intuitive and let it be in alignment with like something that has to do with your karma, something that has to do with your responsibility, your lessons. And then be determined about it. Like, don't be wishy-washy. Like, this is important to set these in motion, especially toward the end of the year, the calendar year. Now, I talked a little bit about this before. Mars is opposing Pluto, and that's just a transit that's happening for a little bit of time here. And this is going to create passion. Okay, this is going to not make you want to just think about something, but it's going to give you some drive, some oomph to do it. Here's Mars. Here's Mars. Here's Mars. Opposing Pluto. Now, Venus is opposite Jupiter. I've talked about this as well. Venus opposing Jupiter really will, it's going to expand your awareness around your value, what you love, what creates abundance for you, what makes you feel good. So pay attention to that too. Okay. Now we have a grand trine in water signs. Sun and the moon. Oh, I lie. No, I don't lie. It's just kind of the way it shows up. Mercury is in the sign of Scorpio. Mars is in the sign of Cancer, and Neptune is in the sign of Pisces. Now, all of these guys are at the last degrees. So this is big change. Okay, this is big change, which is what I kind of want to call out for this new moon. Big change. Okay, so when we have Mercury trining Mars, this is massive increased mental energy. So anything that requires your awareness around creating, spreadsheets, writing, thinking things through, this is the new moon to do it. Now, Mars is going to trine Neptune. That's the other part of that. And this is creativity. Now, to have creativity and intellect together is massive. So take some time to be quiet, to create, to write things down. Okay, for real. Like tune out the distractions, guys. And then we've got the sun and the moon creating, or not the sun and the moon, I did it again. Mercury, okay, trining Neptune. So again, lower mind, day-to-day activity, communication, trining your big dreams. Okay, so here's my, excuse me, I'm a bit serious here. I'll take off my glasses. This new moon is about truly sitting down and taking stock of what it is that you desire, not for just this lunar cycle, which is important because it's a small bite, it's a little snack, but really looking at your life and saying, what do I really want? Like, what sparks my interest? What aligns with who I really am? And write it down. Write it down. What creates peace for you? What creates peace? Sometimes we think that when life is peaceful or a choice is peaceful, we need to create something to stir the pot. This is not a stir the pot type of moon. This is not an assertive energy. This is a very internal, peaceful, what is aligning with all these little nerves along my spine and in my heart type of energy. So don't look at other people's papers. Don't ask your friends. Sit in like some meditation or some silence if you can. In fact, if you can spend an entire day without talking, that would be incredible. I know it's hard. I used to try to do it when my kids were little and it never lasted more than a couple hours. So take just pockets of time of quiet, okay? So grateful you listened to this. This is just like so fun for me. This is really fun for me. This is a passion project for me. So I appreciate you very much. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and please feel free to reach out if you want your chart read. I'd love to do it for you. DanaDamara.com or myastropath.com. Either one will find me. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Namaste.